Hello everyone. Well, this is it. The long-awaited Q&A 13. I know it was a bit of a disaster when I held off doing it back in January, but despite that, I think the reset helped put me in a more ready mood. I really want to thank you guys for being patient with me as always, but anyway, it's finally here, it's my birthday, and I'm more ready than ever to answer these questions. From the looks of it, we have a total of 15 questions. Hopefully they're not repeats. And as always, we'll be going from oldest to newest. So without further ado, let's get to answering. From Bill Cipher, what are your thoughts about Season 2 of Bluey, and will you ever make any videos about it like Season 1? Yeah, that's the simple answer, but yeah, I did bring up in a post that I was going to do my top 10 favorite episodes of Season 2, which I'm actually currently writing a script for. And then, because of you guys, I'm also going to do a top 5 least favorite Bluey episodes from Season 2. And then I'm still debating if I'm going to do a season ranking like I did with Season 1. Who knows, maybe it will happen, but for some reason I'm just not feeling all that up to it. Within this month or next month, expect a couple Bluey videos for Season 2. From Zomok Bean? Sorry if I mispronounced that. If you could make any show, regardless if it's animated or live action, what channel would you put it on? Oof, I don't know. I'm not much of a TV watcher, but I mean, I have written scripts for stuff, but that's like movies, not TV. I mean, I really like cartoons, so I'd probably want to help out make a cartoon that would be on, like, Cartoon Network or something, but I'm just not that much of a TV person anymore. So sorry if it's not the exact answer you're looking for. From Simple Snick Studios? Sorry if I mispronounced that. Do you like SRB2 and Sonic 3 Complete? I've never heard of these. Let me look it up real quick, because I don't think I've ever heard of these before. Oh, okay. This is what I was thinking, but yeah, these are apparently fan-made Sonic games, and I guess since I've never heard of them, that kind of answers your question. I don't know what to think about them because I've never played them. But they seem pretty interesting, I guess. From Joseph the Bluey fan and Rail Fanner, are you interested in getting Bluey toys and merch? I'm way ahead of you, actually, because I do have a small collection of Bluey merch. Like, I really like collecting the plushies. I think the plushies are really cute and adorable, and I'll always check Target or Walmart to see if there are any new ones, because aside from the Snickers and Cocoa, I've been up to date, because I've got the Healer family, I've got Mackenzie and Muffin and Rusty and all that, and they're so cute, and I really like collecting plushies, and as you know me, I really like collecting stuff, so it's no big surprise that I would collect something Bluey related, and yeah, I think it's just that. Like, I don't collect any of those small toys, even though I can see them being equally as collectible. And then, I do own the CD, and I enjoy the Bluey CD, which, if we could please get it on vinyl, that would be perfect, but aside from getting the DVDs, I think that's all for Bluey stuff. It's made for kids. I don't think they're going to focus on making anything that's collectible unless you're a hardcore just toy collector in general. But from what I've got, I like what I have. From Anna Scheisser, do you have a pet? Yes, I do have a pet. Here he is. Look at how cute he is. From Godmeister YT, have you ever tried a VR headset? If so, what was it like? I've actually tried out a VR headset before. I don't own one, I had to borrow it from a friend, but it's really neat because I've heard all about it, I've seen all the YouTube videos, and trying it out, it is really interesting. It really plays with your mind with how the VR headset works, and it's kind of weird using the remote circle button, whatever those are called, and my depth perception is horrible, so whenever I try to play a game, I'm not so good at it. But one feature that I found neat was whichever headset I was borrowing had this option where it would set a barrier just so to make sure you don't run into any walls or tables or couches, which I think is very, very useful because I've seen countless videos of people falling and running into things, so I can see that being a very useful tool. But yeah, I've only tried a VR headset once and I thought it was pretty neat. From That Beanos, do you like drinking water?
Nope.
From Shadowmaster94, do you like Rick and Morty? And if so, are you excited for Season 5? You know, despite all the times I've talked about it, which maybe it's not a whole lot, maybe a couple times, but I've never actually watched a full episode of the show, which is odd because Rick and Morty is like one of the biggest adult animated series of our time. Though I've heard really good things about it, so maybe one of these days I'll have to check it out because I'm too busy marathoning South Park right now, but one of these days I bet I'll check out Rick and Morty and see if I end up really liking it or not. From X Ryblast X, what are your favorite Night in the Woods characters? Thanks for the birthday shout out. And gosh, that's a hard one because for any of you longtime viewers, I love this game, and one of the reasons is because of the many characters in this game. They're unique, they're quirky, they're such a blast to be around. They're very interesting, you want to know a lot more about them. Like, they feel very human despite being a world full of anthropomorphic animals. If I had to pick one, it would probably be Greg, which isn't really a surprise because he's very funny, he's got the quirkiest lines, but I love how he can be reserved and serious when he wants to. Like, when he delivers a serious line, it really packs a punch. I gotta talk more about these characters. These characters are so good because I love how quirky and relatable May is. I like Selmers, I like Germ, I really like Bruce. He's a very interesting, very minor character because you only see him once a day and you just know very little about him, but the more you talk to him, you're given bits and pieces about his life, and then he's just gone and you don't know what happens to him, which was oddly enough one of the more emotional scenes in the game for me, which is weird because this game has a lot of emotional scenes, and for some reason that one really got to me. But anyway, there's so many likable characters in the game that it's hard to like group them and see which one I like more. But if I had to pick one, it would probably be Greg. From Snowstorm the Snow Warrior, what's your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog characters and villains? Thanks for the trophy. And gosh, again, this is a hard one, but in the opposite way, because I haven't played a whole lot of Sonic games. The only major ones I remember really spending a lot of time on were Sonic Colors, Sonic and the Seven Rings, and I just love Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. But anyway, for favorite characters, I mean, I can pick some out, but I can't, like, give a trophy to my favorite. See what I did there? But I can't really pick a favorite because I like Knuckles, I like Silver, I like Tails. I really like Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik, whatever generation it is, but maybe I'd go with Dr. Robotnik because he's very funny and he can be very intimidating when he wants to. I just really like his character, so I'll just say my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character and villain is Dr. Robotnik / Eggman. From Zoe and Caspy Cat, what's your favorite fruit? It's kind of a hard one. I've never really asked myself that, like, what's my favorite fruit? Because I like strawberries and blueberries and oranges and apples. I can't really pick which one I like more. I'm not much of a fruit eater, but if I could pick my favorite, it would be one of those. I really like the way they taste. From Renee Rodriguez, will you review Bluey merch? It's kind of similar to Joseph's question, but if you're talking about reviewing Bluey merch, I don't think that's gonna happen, because I know I do a lot of Funko unboxings and such, but I said that I only collect the plushies, and I'm not as enthusiastic with plushies as I am with Pops, because the Pops have a lot of variety, and the plushies just came out and there's only like 12, so there's not a whole lot to talk about. I will say I do like the plushies, but I don't think I'll ever make a review talking about them. And finally, from Brendan Barney, how did you get into Bluey? Ooh, this is a very interesting question because I have to think back to where it all started. Oh, I think I know the story to this. I was on Twitter, and you know all those no context accounts where it's like random clips or images from like a TV show or a product or something that you really like? Well, there was one that I got retweeted from this little known Australian animated show, and I'm pretty sure this was the clip.
Can I help you?
I wish you could, mate.
And after watching that, I'm like, a little weird, but it's kind of funny. And then I checked out the account and all the clips they had, and I'm like, wow, whatever this show is must be pretty funny and cute and charming. And then it went from that to looking up the show and watching the episodes, and here I am today. I know it's a bit of an odd story, but I kind of realized that a lot of things that I end up liking I find on Twitter or social media. I think that's how I got into Night in the Woods. It started with a bunch of got cups on my ears memes, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. And then Jacksepticeye plays it, and then I try it out, and it's now one of my favorite video games ever. So one of the few rare instances that I thank Twitter for something. But yeah, weird story, but kind of interesting on how it's gotten me to be such a huge fan of this show. And those are all the questions for Q&A 13. Once again, I apologize for having to do this again, and I thank you all for tolerating it, and hopefully I will never ever make this mistake again. But in all seriousness, this was a fun idea to have like some sort of birthday special. I thank you all for your birthday wishes, and if you're upset that you didn't submit a question, don't worry. Whenever I feel like it, I'll make another Q&A, and you can submit your question there, as always, and I'm glad that I could do this again and actually fulfill it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Consider subscribing for more Q&As as well as other content, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.